So I got this message in my email, and I wanted to jump on and do a video about it. And one of the things I'm going to say is the answer that I'm about to give is condensing several things that have been said in many other videos into one video. So a lot of what I'm about to say you've heard before if you've watched the other videos. You've heard me talk about, sex and loving relationships and, spiritual love and how to love and how to be loving. But I want to answer this question directly because I think answering this question directly will clarify a bunch of it. So here is the actual question. Hi, John! ! Your message in all your videos is one of love. Love one another. I agree. But I wonder if you could do a video just on that topic. Everyone has a slightly different understanding of what love actually means or entails. When you say love one another, love in what way? Emotionally, physically, I'm guessing spiritually, but then what exactly does that mean? What is spiritual love? What does that entail? How does it differ in the other forms of love? Or are they all different aspects? Does love mean we have to forgive others no matter what? And if you can't truly love without forgiving, then how do we forgive? Some wrongs that are done to us may be beyond human capacity to forgive. Okay, a lot in there. So let's talk about love in general. Love is caring. Love is, I would consider it spiritual love. Being kind, being caring. When it comes to physical love, that is a contradiction. The physical aspect is a primal aspect, which means that's not love, that's lust, right? Now you can have love for someone and physically bring your lust into play with that love, and it can be a beautiful, loving moment, right? You can have beautiful sexual relationships with a partner and have it be a loving gesture between the two of you. That absolutely can happen. But if you're equating the physicality with love, realize the physical part is just your primal lust combined with your love. That's the first thing. So how does it differ from other forms of love? So let me go back and read what this thing. When you say love one another, love in what way? Emotionally, physically, I'm guessing spiritually, but then what exactly does that mean? What is spiritual love? What does that entail? How does it differ from other forms of love? Differing love is the human mind trying to wrap a knowledge structure around love. Love is the positive sensation that holds our universe together. Love is God, and love is positive. Now, sometimes the loving thing, as I've said before, can simply be a smile, and that loving thing you can do is to carry someone off a battlefield, right? It spans through all of your life, right? Thinking horrible things about somebody isn't loving. However, if they have done horrible things to you, right, you don't have to like their actions. You don't even have to forgive their actions, really, right? You can release your attachment to them, and that can be your loving gesture. The forgiveness aspect is very interesting to me because in all forms of religion, they want you to forgive. Well, that is the loving thing to do, is to forgive. But the reason you forgive is more so about releasing your attachment to it. Because the longer you're attached to it, the more you perpetuate it. The longer you stay attached to, I hate them. Because the reason you don't want to forgive is not because you don't want to love them. It's because you're mad at them and you hate them. And it's the lack of forgiveness is about the lack of being able to love them. Now, to give you an example, I have a father who was emotionally abusive, right? Now, I have to love him enough to say he did the best he could with what he knew. I have to love him enough to say, I don't have to continue that pattern with my son. I'm going to break. I'm loving you enough to break your cycle. Right? I do not have to like what he did. I don't have to forgive the actions he took. But I can release the person. Say, okay, you're no longer my life. And it's interesting because I've often talked about my 3 divorces, and you get 3 divorces, they don't end well, right? Very rare does it end well, right? And with my son's mother, she's the one who's consistently in my life ever since we were together, because we have a son together. My other 2 wives, I never see. It's almost as if they don't exist in my world. And I had to release any attachment to what they did and said and how they abused the relationship, in my opinion. I had to release that attachment because it holds them onto it and holds you onto it. And the reality of it is, just staying mad at them is living their life and not your own. So if you're not willing to forgive it in the sense of letting it go, that can be a type of forgiveness too. Okay, the forgiveness I'm giving you is releasing the attachment, cutting the anchor that's holding us both back. You know what you did. You'll deal with that at the end. You got to remember also that if you follow what happens in near-death experiences, they all talk about the life review and how that review is from the point of the person who is doing it and the person who is receiving it. So they're going to experience everything they did anyway. And they're going to completely understand how this relationship evolved and how this relationship created this experience. So there's no need for you to hold on to the hate and anger, because you holding on to the hate and anger is just perpetuating that energy, and you don't need to do that anymore. So let that go. So what is love? Love is kindness, caring, and forgiveness. And forgiveness has a different meaning. You don't have to forgive someone and love them to the point of saying you're my best friend forever and I'm always going to be with you. No. Love is releasing them. Love is releasing attachment to the junk. Love is doing kind things. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do is be kind to yourself by releasing the stuff that other people have said. So what is love? God is love. God is everything. And we can create from love or we can create from fear. And God will lovingly give us fear as well, because we are the creators of our experience. And that's how he/she loves us, by saying, ask and it is given. Doesn't say ask and if it's positive, I'll give it to you. It says ask and it is given. So by staying attached to the negatives that people have done in your life, you're asking for more. You're asking for more of that, please. Do good things, experience good things, and ask for more of that, please. And then you'll have a very different experience in your life. Love is what you make. If you want the positive, you've got to make the positive. Love is what God is. And God is telling you, you go be God for someone else. You go be love for someone else. And you'll see your world change. But if you hold on to lust and anger and hate, that's not love. Think about that. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.